Please stand by your desk and silence for our morning prayer and pledge of allegiance. In the name of the Father. Jesus passed by. He saw a man named Matthew sitting at the customs post. He said to him, "Follow me." He got up and followed him. While he was at the table in his house, many tax collectors and sinners came and sat with Jesus and his disciples. The Pharisees saw this and said to his disciples, "Why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?" He heard this and said, "Those who are well do not need a physician, but the sick do. Go and learn the meaning of the words. I desire mercy, not sacrifice. I did not come to call the righteous, but sinners." The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
Please face the flag for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Good morning. Today is Friday, September the 21st. It is day 5 in the schedule. We'd like to thank all those freshman parents and freshmen who came last night for freshman parent orientation. We hope that you and your parents learned some important things about life here at Salesian and that they are all assists to help you to have a good and successful year. What I spoke about to the freshmen on the day of orientation, I spoke about also to the parents last evening. And so they brought home for themselves, but also for you, a copy of the Outline for Success, that you may have a copy yourself and you may continue to use it and be reminded of it throughout the course of this year. We congratulate our JV baseball team on their 21-1 romp over Monsignor Scanlon High School yesterday. We also congratulate our varsity baseball team for a tough fight against Fordham Prep. We were short 1-0, but congratulations for their fight and their play yesterday. Those of you who study American history will know the name Benedict Arnold. Benedict Arnold was a hero during the American Revolution. He was a soldier in the Continental Army, and he was an officer. However, on this day in 1780, he met with British generals to plot to take over West Point, which is now the U.S. Military Academy, but the fort at West Point, he plotted with the British to take that over and give it to the British, which then would have given the British control of the Hudson River. He went to the British and said he would do this for a large sum of money and an officer's position in the British Army. Fortunately, the plot was foiled. Benedict Arnold was caught, and the plot never went through. But instead of being a hero, Benedict Arnold became a traitor. Two of the things that made Benedict Arnold turn to the British instead of remaining with the Continental Army was that, first of all, he was resentful over the fact that some junior officers were promoted to positions higher than him when he thought he should have been promoted, and because he lived a lifestyle that had him deep in debt. And for these two reasons, resentment and debt or greed, he switched his allegiances but found out he was on the losing side anyway. Without realizing it sometimes, sin can creep into our lives. Sometimes we think about sin as making a purposeful act, such as to hit someone, to fight with someone, to steal something from somebody, to be unkind, to disobey your parents, or whatever the case may be. We think of sin as being direct outward acts. But sometimes it is much more subtle than that. A resentment because somebody else has a higher grade than we do, or perhaps finds it easier to understand geometry or chemistry than we do. A resentment because my younger brother seems to get all the special treatment at home and my parents don't give me the time of day. We think sometimes we are better than those around us, and that sin of pride creeps in, which then makes us arrogant and unliked by our peers. Whether it's direct or indirect, sin is a condition that really is traitorous. We become traitors, and all of this is true for all of us. We become traitors to the love of God in our own lives. Next week, we have the opportunity on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to celebrate the Sacrament of Reconciliation by class level, by religion classes going to chapel for the opportunity to celebrate the Sacrament of Reconciliation, which then turns us around, which changes our hearts and minds back in the direction of our Lord Jesus Christ, and not to be traitorous or treasonous by rejecting his love for us. I invite us all to take advantage of these days next week to celebrate the Sacrament of Reconciliation in preparation for our first school mass next Friday, and to help rid ourselves of the sins, of the bad attitudes, of the vices and bad habits that may not only come into our lives directly, but may creep into our lives unawares. Thank you and have a good day.
Good morning. Please pay attention to the following announcements. From Guidance, sign-ups for the college tour are now open to all 10th, 11th, and 12th grade students. Please bring in your cash or check to Ms. O'Connor ASAP. You will receive a permission slip after payment is received. Please let us know if you have any questions. From Mr. Dwyer, for those interested in filming and editing for AM Salesian, especially regarding our sports teams, see Mr. Dwyer during 5th period or after school in room 203 to provide your email address and receive the links and information discussed in Thursday's meeting. From Mr. Seifring, tonight, Salesian will be hosting our first midnight run of the season. Those who are participating, please be at the student lobby by 6:30 p.m. We will be packing sandwiches and care packages by 7 and leave for New York City by 8 o'clock. If you have any questions regarding tonight, please see Mr. J in Youth Ministry or Mr. Seifring in room 310. Also from Mr. Dwyer, CIA, Salesian's Awkward Cult, improv group, will be meeting today from 2:45 to 4:30 in Flaherty Hall. All are welcome to participate. Now, next week, from Tuesday to Friday, we'll be holding our second, I guess, because last year we did it too, bake sale. And it's really for a good cause. The causes are all funds will be going towards the hurricane relief efforts in New Bern, North Carolina, to actually St. Paul's Chapel. In New Bern, the hurricane really devastated the whole town. So if anybody can help bake, or if you know somebody who's good at baking, or if you're good at baking, or your mom's good at baking, please bring something in for one of those days. Once again, Tuesday to Friday. Everybody, like, please, it's really going to help, and it's really for a good cause. And now, lastly, since many teachers were here late yesterday to meet your parents, we here at AM Salesian have a comedy sketch that expresses sympathy to your parents.
I love to communicate to music. I just started communicate with music to my kids. They don't listen to me talking anymore. I just use their songs and get my point across. You know, seriously, you should try it. It's awesome. They do listen. We're at the mall the other day. They're just begging me for an iPhone for an hour. I finally said, dude, I'm not gonna buy you an iPhone, 'cause you ask for it like you need one. You don't. I'm not gonna buy you an iPhone. You're insane if you think I'll pay for it, so be on your way. I'm not gonna listen. Go away. You're wasting all your time. Here's a dime if you find a payphone, but no iPhone today. And that's what I do. I got an older kid now, man. I had to use a Chris Daughtry song the other day. You stayed out too late last night. I heard you sneaking in, hanging out at who knows where. Don't even try to blame this on your friends. Trust me, dude, it won't happen again. You're staying home. It's the place where you belong. You done wrong and now you're grounded for a week. I still love you, but you keep breaking your curfew. You'll regret how late you chose to be. Your abuses and excuses are getting old, so you're staying home. You're staying home. What about John Mayer, man? He's gonna have kids someday in the car. I think he might write this song. You better quit all that complaining. Don't wanna hear another sound. If I hear any more whining, I'm gonna turn the car around. You got a little television, and you had enough to eat. If you don't change your disposition, I'm gonna leave you on the street. So I'm waiting for your attitude to change. I keep on waiting for your attitude to change. You say that I ain't fair, I guess that would matter if I care. So I keep on waiting for your attitude to change. I had to write a Jason Mraz song the other day for my kids. Oh, I found something under your bed, I smelt it. An old bologna sandwich with some cheese that had melted. Fell right through the cracks, and it's getting funky bad. Go get a paper towel and some Febreze. Open up a window, man, that stinks. Get down on your knees and clean that rug. Oh, it's time to fumigate your bedroom, boy. It cannot wait. Good Lord. Oh. See, I think guys like rock stars and stuff, they're gonna have kids, man. I think James Blunt will have kids, like a daughter. And one day I think he'll suffer like me with overprotective dad syndrome. He might write this. You're not too brilliant.
That's enough of that. All right, but lastly, all right, so Tuesday to Friday, it's going to be right outside the building during both lunch periods, the bake sale. So everyone be there, buy whatever you want there. It's going to be great. Have a wonderful day, and it's a great day to be an Eagle.
WLEA.